What's going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another Wednesday preview and review. Of course, hope you guys are doing well as always. Of course, if you are watching it back, then please do hit the like button, leave your score predictions down for the Stevenage game. Of course, leave any thoughts down for your reaction of last night's game. Of course, we're going to get into that now. Of course, a lot of positives to take out of that. But yeah, it's going to should be a good one. Again, of course, Benji is not with us. He's at the Peterborough game. Because of course he is Peterborough Gas. So, but yeah, I've got Neil back, of course, to review Sutton and go over the Stevenage game. Of course, it was good to get a really good win last night. I think it was our 4th clean sheet out of 5 at home, and 4 wins out of 5 at home as well. But yeah, first of all, Neil, how are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. You?
Yeah, all good, all good. Good to get a win against, and of course I got my score prediction right as well, which was good. I don't usually get that right, but of course, yeah, Collins, and I did get Collins, but of course Harry Anderson got the goal. But yeah, as we will do now, we're going to get into it. Of course, get your comments in down below. Let us know what you thought. Evening to Riley as well. Hope you're doing well, mate. And yeah, of course, smash the like button as always. And I've got another code if anyone wants to join Fan Hub. It's at the bottom of the screen, scrolling down. Feel free if anyone wants to join that. But yeah, getting into it, of course, we were unchanged, which was pretty mad. I don't think we've seen that many times this season. What was your thoughts on the lineup? Were you expecting a few changes, or do you think they'll come this weekend?
I've come to the point now where I sort of trust Barton in what he picks now. Like I said to you the other week, as long as we've got that framework of sort of Belshaw, Connolly, Taylor, Coots, and Finlay, anything you work around that, I'm not too fussed with. So when I looked at it, I wasn't too bothered, to be honest. As long as we've got that sort of spine and that framework. Obviously, in an ideal world, you'd have the option of having that big man up top, but we haven't in the minute. But yeah, I looked at it, and as long as I look at that spine and we've got those sort of key lads in there who should be in there week in, week out, I'm pretty happy with what works around it.
Yeah. Big up to Chris as well, tuning in. Big up the panel. Quality win for you lot. Appreciate it. Ford on Blue saying, evening lads, still on cloud 9 after last night. Evening to Kai as well. It's the best we've played all season so far, and what a goal from Collins. Yeah, it was quality, especially for that angle. Evening to Andrew Williams as well, saying evening lads, soft spot for Rovers, but the ground is an absolute death trap. Is there a worse one in the Football League? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's definitely bad. It's probably got to be one of the worst for away fans. I'll give you that. I mean, obviously for us Rovers fans, we just love it. But yeah, I mean, for an away fan going there, it is pretty terrible. But yeah, for me, I love, because we've had it for so long. I just love the type. You got 7 or 6 different sort of size. You got tents and whatever, but I love it, to be honest. Even into Juan as well, Argentinian gas. Hi guys, what a game! One of the best game in years, in my opinion. Even into Max as well, brilliant performance, chances, and game control was on point. Yeah, exactly, character. But yeah, I mean, yeah, getting into, of course, the performance. Going on like the first half first. Of course, we pretty much dominated. I know there were spells where they did look dangerous because, as we know, and as we talked about before, they're a very strong, tall, probably got to be one of the tallest teams in the Football League, really. I think it was only the Kenny Davis, the bold guy in midfield, was the only one that's pretty small. The rest of them were tall, and it did still cause us problems. But what was your thoughts on the overall first half? Big up to Josh as well, who are up the gas as always. But yeah, what was your thoughts on the first half performance and the way we started?
Thought we bossed it start to finish, to be honest. Started well. I didn't see it coming, to be honest. After the last 2 games that we've had, I didn't see that performance coming.
Yeah.
We didn't play how I thought we were going to play, and Sutton certainly didn't play how I thought they were going to play.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming at all. And I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously, first half we was great, weren't we? As far as our ball retention, what we've tended to do in the last couple of weeks is we've had loads of ball retention, gone nowhere with it. There's been no purpose to it. We've had loads of the ball, we've kept it, we've been really safe, but we've gone nowhere with it. Yesterday, there was a real purpose to getting in that final third and finding a way of opening a door. Nicholson's a completely different player when you play him on that right hand side. He's just a different animal. Like, for me, that's where you've got to put him now. If you're going to start him, because I've said before, like, he's if you're going to play him on that left hand side, he's better at being the last 20-minute man, because he just drifts in that again. He was live all game yesterday. Well, for like an hour, he was live all game yesterday. Like, he was just busy, and every time he got it on that right hand side, he was cutting in, causing problems. And to be fair, Anderson was doing the same on the other side. And we're not a crossing team. Going on the outside of fullbacks doesn't really do us any favours in the final third. We've got to commit defenders and come inside, because we're a running team. We're not a crossing team.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Paul as well, tuning in. How you doing, mate? Great win for the Gas. Yeah, great 2-0 win. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Appreciate you tuning in. Of course, everyone else tuning in as always. Yeah, he did. He started the game, Mats. He started the game up front with the number 9. I can't remember his name. He scored against us in the away game. But yeah, Donovan did start up front with the big man. Fun fact, we've won penalties in all 3 Sutton games. Yeah, absolutely true. Of course, we missed one. I mean, it was annoying. Big up to BFC Tom as well, saying evening, fellas. Always tuning in. Appreciate the support. Yambi Sims as well, evening to you. Well pissed off I missed last night due to a Skittles Cup match. I didn't even hit a good score. Yeah, I mean, it was probably the worst game to miss, because, yeah, you know, as we got into it, and as we know already, like, it was probably the only 90-minute performance I can say that we pretty much ran the game. I know, like you said, but I don't think Sutton were expecting, and none of us really. I said we needed to start well, but I didn't think we would, and we did. You know, we started well, and I think the reason why as well, I thought we'd done so well. I know you said they had a few players missing, but I thought it was the fact we just kept it on the floor. We didn't really we did second half when we were sort of seeing the game out, but I thought that's what got us through, and why we done so well is because we just kept it on the floor, like 1-2s, passing, everyone moving. And Tom, BOC Tom saying opinions on Elliot Anderson. I mean, like we talked about in the actual Sutton preview, you was right, because all he had done so far was the cameo, and Barton was talking about. But of course, we will get into individual performances, but yeah, what did you think of Elliot Anderson? Of course, got an assist as well. I thought he pretty much run the game in midfield. But yeah, what was your thoughts?
He showed up. He did exactly what I wanted him to. He just showed up, didn't he? And showed us what he could do. Like, you can't bring a player in with all this fanfare and hype, and then go games on end with waiting to see it. Like, you run the risk of having another Luke Thomas. You know what I mean? He's brilliant. Well, like I said at half time, that kid yesterday did more in 45 minutes than Luke Thomas had done all season.
Yeah.
He showed up and he did what he's meant to do. And now you can go off the back of that and say, right, go and back that up now at Orient. Go and back it up at Stevenage. You've got something to base. You've got something to base your game on, because at the minute before that, I was looking at him thinking, what is he?
Yeah.
But now he's shown what he can do, and you've actually got something in your head. You can say, okay, there's a purpose to how he plays, and you can get him the ball in good areas and do so. Because Oldham was a non-event for him.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, obviously it didn't help that everyone else in the 2 more experienced players were poor as well. But it was good to see him get on the ball. I think it was just that type of game, because we were so good. I think everyone pretty much had an 8 out of 10. Kai saying, it was a shame. Yeah, all the best wishes to Darryl Clark, and of course the family member. It was not nice to see, but yeah, all the best to Darryl. I know he's taking some time out. He was. Donovan Wilson was a player of force. Yeah, he was. Matt, I seen that. I watched it early on today, and I seen Ryan on Twitter put the thing up, and Matt Gray basically crying, saying they were uphill first half. Is he having a laugh? Like, uphill first half? We're flat. I mean, yeah, it's just excuses, and of course he's salty because we played him off the park. So yeah, I know. I don't know what he was on about. Big up to Ravi as well, always tuning in and supporting. Ford on Blues. Shambles, Coots taking the penalty, lesson learned. Yeah, I mean, obviously, me and you were there when he scored a good penalty at Peterborough, but I just had a feeling because especially Collins won it, I thought he was going to step up, but it was a pretty awful penalty. But I seen, Coots when they walked off at half time, Coots was apologising to Collins, like it would have been good for him, but that happened. So I had a feeling though, like when Coots stepped up for the penalty, I had a feeling he'd miss. He didn't look confident at all, as well. What was it? Yeah, the link up best I've seen all season. Like we said, best performance, and the link up between all of them. And like you said, I definitely agree with you as well with Nicholson on the right. He's so much better because even though I seen him do like try Ronaldo chop that didn't come off, but apart from that, he looks so much better. He's both footed, but he looks a lot better with his left foot. And I agree with you. If we're going to play Nicholson, he pretty much starts every game, but he has to play on the right. And of course, Harry Anderson was excellent as well. What did you make of him last night playing on the left?
I thought our wide players were the best they've been in weeks, to be honest. And again, if you've got your personnel right and your patterns are right, more often than not they will play well. But like I said, you've got two wide men that want to come in off the touchline. You keep on playing wide men that want to constantly go on the outside because you're playing them on the side that they are. Obviously, if you play a lefty on the left, they're going to want to go on the outside of their fullback all the time, and it makes life easy. And if you can get to the ball and get the ball in, that's great. If you've got something to hit, but we've got nothing to hit in the middle at the minute. No. So our patterns are better off coming in, trying to get a good 10 in the aisle where there was loads of space last night, and our patterns going in and around and try and play balls in and around sort of their back four rather than whipping them in from wide, because it's just that Sutton would eat that up all night.
Yeah, exactly. It was just good. I thought, like we talked about, I thought just the passing was good, and it was good because I know he's had I don't know if he had COVID or not, Anderson, over that break where we had off, but I know he had a few knocks and stuff. But like Barton said, the Rhino, he was class, and it was good to see because he hadn't really, like we said, he's missed a few games, and of course most of the season he's been a wing back, but it's finally now we've got Luca Hall in there, and we've got Grant to cover, etc. Both sides. It was good to see, and I think he definitely earned his spot. Whether obviously we'll get into lineups for the Stevenage game, but whether he makes one change maybe, but I thought he was quality. Harry Anderson, and of course it was good to see him get a goal as well. Kai saying Matt Gray was probably climbing up Mount Everest. Agree. Jack's Ford saying I predicted a top bin Coots. I remember now. You did. He said on the preview he would score a penalty, but it was pretty poor penalty. I mean, the save was all right, but I just had a feeling he'd miss anyway. He didn't really look confident. Nicholson's been class. Just still is. He does. It's still his end product though, isn't it? I thought he done a lot of good passes and a lot of cuttings, but I think there was to be fair, he would have had a goal if it weren't for Collins, because apparently someone said it on the highlights. When it got ruled out for offside, that was Nicholson's shot and it was going in. So if Collins wouldn't have touched it, that would have been a Nicholson goal. But I think it's just the end bit really. But you can't moan. I thought he was quality, just running at players. Even into Mitch as well. Hope you're doing well. Big up Tika Taka Gas. Yeah, exactly. Ravi 4-2-3-1. It's going to be interesting, of course, when we get most of the big men back, like Loft. I know Clark come on last night, but you never know how much he's going to play, because I've done the thing on Twitter yesterday of most minutes played in Clark. Since December the 4th, Leon Clark's only played 15 minutes. So that just tells you everything. Shinny Esther, what a performance. I thought his performance against Oxford was good, but what did you make of him? Because it's his sort of game, innit? Although they got fast wingers, I thought he was class. Best performance from him I've seen from Anderton. What did you make?
Yeah, he played well, but they all played well, didn't they, really? Do you know what I mean? But for me, our best side, Anderton ain't in it. You don't get in our best side. I mean, like I said to you before, I think he's a good, all right, League Two sort of versatile defender. But if I was my best 11 for Rovers, he don't get in it.
Yeah, Yeah. But yeah, obviously we can still praise. Remind me who Matt Gray is, the Sutton manager. But yeah, big up to 30 of you in at the moment. Please do smash the like button. Let's see if we can get 30 likes. If you are enjoying the stream, of course, if you are new as well, do subscribe and keep up the amazing support. And like I said, appreciate everyone tuning in as always. Mitch, I watched the highlights and we look quality. Glad to see players returning. Rodman back, Clark, next, Kilgore and Loft. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But for me, it's sort of weird with Kilgore because I definitely think injuries has hampered him a lot because he's hardly played any minutes this season really, and when he did play at the start of the season, we were playing really poor at the time. But it's going to be interesting because for me you've got to keep unless Connolly makes a mistake, you got to keep playing them two because they were quality again, weren't they? Connolly and Taylor last night.
I mean, regardless of if either of them make a mistake, you've got to keep playing them. Continuity is the key. You can't keep chopping and changing your centre halves. It's the worst thing you can do. Like you've seen what happened when we missed Taylor for a couple of days. When Belly was out for a couple of weeks, it causes havoc. You've got to keep as much continuity down the middle of the pitch as you can. Yeah. So even if Connolly does make a mistake, or even if Taylor makes a mistake, you've got to put them back together because they're training all week together. Their patterns are key together. They're getting a relationship together of knowing exactly what each other do. And they're doing fine. Like I said, the last two games, there's been no talk of an experienced centre half. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It all goes away. All the stuff goes away when you get good results. And as soon as you get a bad result or something don't go your way, you start scrambling for reasons. Sometimes you just have a shit game and you've got to get on with it.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, isn't it? Like, especially after the Oldham game, like we talked about, and like everyone knew, it was clear to see that when you've got Taylor missing, of course we look poor, and then that basically. I think it's probably one of the last times we've seen Harry's in a Rovers shirt. Is he out of contract this season?
I don't know, mate. To be honest,
I can't remember. But
he's a weird one, Harry's. Like I've said to you before, there's got to be a player in there because you can't go through that sort of academy and then go to Swansea, who obviously pick up good players, and then get touted around by Liverpool. His problem is for me, he plays in second gear. He wants to be this silky centre half. He wants to play like Van Dijk. He wants to be all casual. And so he's not interested in defending first. And in League Two, the best defenders defend first. You look at Taylor. He ain't interested in doing anything first, but defending. He'll play second. Edit and kick it and do the basics first. Ollie Hawkins, again, for Mansfield. They're flying. He does the basics well. Harry's wants to get it down and play. And he wants to be silky, and you're giving yourself no chance to be a player. And Barton's patience might run out with him. To be honest, I think you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Tom saying obviously Grant is levels above, but Anderton is still class. Yeah, and you still got Anderton, and it's like we talked about before when we had Sutton in the away game. He's just that type, isn't he, to play very physical. Won his battles all night long. Done well again. Stuck in the mud when he's running back, but when he's running forward with the ball, it's crazy. But yeah, he was class. If Anderton can play like that as backup, then I'll take that since Grant is always in and out. Yeah, exactly. Evening to Gordo as well, always in on the live streams and supporting. Appreciate you tuning in, saying sup peeps. Matt and Anderton isn't our best left back, but he's effective in a back four with two 20-year-olds and a 9. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just good to see. I thought because in the away game against Sutton, we did struggle a bit, especially in pretty much a lot of the game with their long balls. But because we had the ball so much and we played it around, I just think, they just look a lot better, and they're both good coming out with the ball as well. And provides the leadership at the back. Evening to Tom as well. I managed to get us 4 points out of 6 from my hospital bed. I seen obviously your last comment. Hopefully you're out of hospital soon, but it was good. Hope that put obviously a smile on your face, especially playing the way we did. And of course, appreciate your support as well. Mitch saying suffered a lot with injury, and like Neil said, we got to be patient. I think our defense ain't too bad. We're starting to gel. Yeah, that's all it is. I think it's all about games, and it's obviously been hard for us a lot of the season where we didn't. Hall obviously Barton's brought him in steps, and And then it's been hard, especially with the shambles at the start of the season when we had like Mark Hughes as well, and it just wasn't. But when we've had a settled back line like we've seen in the last 5 home games, I'm pretty sure all of them have played. All of the same defenses played pretty much, and yeah, we've looked quality. You know, like we said, four clean sheets and 4 wins out of 5 in our last 5 home games as well. So yeah, we have suffered a lot, but consistency is key. Even if Harris has a good game for his standards, he's always got a red, or a mistake. Best way to defend is keep it simple. Is that? Yeah, it's true. It's true. And yeah, if in doubt, just launch it pretty much. What about, we've talked about a few. Was that obviously the main one? And I just love him more and more. And it's Collins. What did you make of him? Class again, wasn't he, Collins?
Just works his nuts off for you, doesn't he? Like, I don't think you can nail him down to be anything. You can't nail him down to be he's a 10, he's a wide man, he's just an attacking player, and you've got to play him like a free spirit, really. He'll go anywhere where the ball needs to be. He'll provide you angles, he'll run the line, he'll do the channels, he'll do the donkey work, he'll do the doggies in and out, he'll chase lost causes. I mean, his goal, it's not even a chance, is it? Let's be honest.
No.
It's not even a chance. Like, he's killed Sutton there. Buzanis coming out and doing what he's done there. He's absolutely killed it. But again, if I'm a covering defender, I'm probably thinking, go on then, back yourself. If you think you can nuke this in from here, good luck to you. And he squeezed it right in. Like, when he's hit it, you're thinking, if this gets close, you'd be happy just to even if a crowd goes, it's like just sneak wide. But for it to nestle in, it's hell of a goal.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like you said, I think that's why a lot of even when he wasn't scoring earlier on in the season, I think people just liked him for his work rate. And like you said, every time he's won in the lines, he didn't really get that luck. And like we said, that when we seen that goal against Oxford, it's just completely changed.
It's not even he's not one of these that people go on about a confidence player, because I think he backs himself every week. Even if he goes through spells of not scoring or whatever, he rates himself that highly, and he gives himself enough like self-praise.
Yeah,
I think he's not one of these people you deem a confidence player where you got to put your arm around him and make sure he's up to scratch, etc. I just think he rates himself, and he'll go and play like that every week. And if the goals come, great. If they don't, he'll just keep pushing on.
Yeah, but it was good. Yeah, it could be 20 odds or 30 odds. Yeah, Collins scoring good. Yeah, it was just like you said. It was out of nowhere. I know, obviously, you could obviously bit stupid even to think Buzanis could beat Collins to a race, and then like you said, it was like one of those where you think, if it even gets close, but he somehow got it in, because like you said, even that's what their defenders must have been thinking, where they said, go on then, shoot, because none of them ran back. They was like, go on then, try and shoot, and it just what a finish. And it was good. He had the chance in the first half where Buzanis made the save, and then of course could have had the penalty, didn't, but then kept going and deserved his goal, and could have had a few more if it went for some good saves, to be honest. Mitch saying, what do you think of Jacola after seeing him? I think he'd be probably gone in the summer. Like we said, the way we play, and you just feel a lot more confident with Belshaw. There's always, especially sort of as we've seen this season, he's played 3 games, and in 2 of the games he's made 2 mistakes by coming out and getting nowhere near the ball. And maybe you could say the Oldham game, the first goal was near post, but I thought he couldn't have done really nothing, and he kept us in it. But it's just the way we play now. I think even talking to you now, you can just say you feel a lot more confident, and everyone in the chat and all the other gas heads, that when Belshaw's in goal, isn't it? And just the way he plays, comes out, he talks with the defenders, and etc.
It's just one of them, isn't it? If the 4 or 3 in front of you are more comfortable with what's behind them, you play them. For me, you know what I mean? It's about them all being comfortable with each other, and they're clearly more comfortable with Belly, because it saves them a job. They haven't got to look over their shoulders much, because he knows his starting position's always pretty high. Like I said, Jacola's a dated goalkeeper, brilliant shot stopper, excellent shot stopper, but you need more from a goalkeeper now than that. The only way Jacola gets on the pitch for me now is, if Belly's fit, is if we get to that playoff final and there's a penalty shootout, I'd stick him in then. I'd bring him on at the end of extra time because I think that's where he'd earned his crust.
Yeah. I agree. Matt saying, could Harries play well with Tony Craig? No, because I think even Harries would just look way out of place, even with like Craig, to be honest. By playing regularly, exactly, you know each other's strengths and weaknesses, you cover each other. Yeah, agree. I don't know what he was doing, but like we said, it was still a stupid goal from a stupid angle. And yeah, what a guy. Different gravy. Do you think it's an interesting one? I'll go with you first. Do you think he'll be here next season? Kilgore. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Really?
I think a lot of it depends on what division we'll be in, to be honest. I think if we remain a League Two club, I think it probably makes good business sense to keep him. You know, it's good PR to keep him because he's an academy lad.
Yeah.
And also, you need a squad of players. And if Alfie goes, then it's another someone you've got to maybe pay a higher wage to get in. You've got to probably put him on a 2-year deal. A lot of it might be down to Alfie. Get yourself fit first. If you're gonna have another injury-prone season, then you know they might be thinking, what am I going to pay you money for to sit there and do nothing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen how grueling it is for these players under Barton. You know what I mean? They work damn hard on that training pitch. They cover massive distances in games. You've got to be durable to be one of his lads, to be honest. And if your body's breaking down all the time and you haven't got it in you, then you might well move him on.
Yeah, it's just gotten in it the amount of injuries he's had. This, like we said, I was looking at as well. You know, from December, he's only played 90 minutes. So that tells you everything.
He's had a terrible time of it with injuries. I mean, he played his best football for us under Coughlin. He was a proper Coughlin centre half. Edit, kick it, be physical, don't do nothing more, and it was perfect for him. And he was playing alongside Craig, which obviously did him the world of good. These injuries aren't helping him one bit, and they're not going to do his agility and his legs and his pace any good over time. So sort of just got to see what he's like when he comes back from injury, I guess, because if he comes back from injury sort of late in the day, he's not going to get a kick with Connolly and Taylor playing as they are. Then he's going to go into pre-season, and his body's got to stand up to another Barton pre-season. It might be difficult for him.
Yeah, because he wasn't really like the most agile and fast player before he got injured. So now it's just it's messed it up even more. Excuse me. Tom saying Harry's good, Matt's, but there will always be a Rick in him. Yeah, always something. I don't think Yakola did much wrong, but Belshaw adds more. Yeah, exactly. Anzia, the best number 2 we've ever had. Yeah, agree. Gordo saying Belly is capable of playing in the Championship. We have a gem with Belly. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because even he's sort of good, isn't he? Because he's so fit, like agile, everything. He, like you said, he's the more modern keeper as well. Harry should have gone never in a Rovers shirt again. Too much. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. But yeah, big up to 34 of you in it at the moment. Please do smash the like button. Of course, before we get into the Stevenage game, is there any other sort of standouts or players we haven't focused on enough? What did you think of course, we've talked about Anderson, but the midfield in general, how good do you think that midfield is? And obviously, how crucial is it now to keep the likes to it, especially Finlay? I thought he was outstanding, but him and Coots in that partnership in it as well just looked class.
Yeah, I think since sort of the turn of the new year, whenever they've played together, you've like I said to you, that we manage games so much better now. Like we manage games so much better. For how good the first half was, I love the second half because we just killed it dead. Like it's yet another game where Rovers haven't let a team have a spell. Normally, if you go 1 or 2-0 down, a side comes and has a crack at you, but they just couldn't get anything near us. We managed that game so well to the point where we were just seeing timeout. And that is down to how we, our ball retention, the way we move it, we put it in good areas, kill the clock when we have to. Subs were great. I thought again, Barton subs are always good. I think sometimes they don't come off, they don't win every game, but I thought some managers, you look at subs and you think, what the fuck is he doing? What is that about? But they make sense. All his subs seem to make sense for me.
Yeah, agree. And yeah, it's just whether, because he just does so much. He's like I tweeted as well. He's just an all round midfielder. He can do everything. He can set, he can tackle, he can run with the ball, he can shoot. And I've also seen he's created the most big chances at Rovers as well. Six big chances. So he's got everything. And of course, he got an assist last night as well. And yeah, I just love him. He's another one, isn't it? Player, everyone just loves him because of the tackles he makes, etc. I know he's always going to be that player that gets a yellow pretty much every game, but that's just his game, isn't it? And
him and Coots, like Coots and Finley are the same. You're looking at every other game, they're picking up bookings that way. That's what I mean. I think the sub was good. Coots has got through a lot of work, over the past few weeks. Got through a lot of work, and he's always liable to pick up a booking, same as Finley is. And eventually, you're going to see Whelan in there probably, and maybe Evans a little bit deeper when a Neville suspension does come up for him, because they will. That's just how they play, and you can't take it out. You can't take it away from their game because they'd be completely different players. It's just how they are.
Yeah, it was like you said. Though, it was good as well, that sub, because that thing I was doing with most minutes. Coots has played the most amount of minutes as well. I think it was 932 minutes since December the 4th, and that's the most out of everyone, including Belshaw. Tom saying, don't know who let Belly go at Harrogate. Shambles. Yeah, that's crazy as well. Absolutely crazy. Sam Finley was very good. Even into Lars as well. Big up Lars, who probably be on the coach again, and coach gas and all that. We pretty much talked about him. Like we said, he had a good spell in the second half when he come on against Sutton, livened us up, done a few good bits, and then of course was pretty poor, like everyone was at Oldham. Mansfield, he was okay, but you couldn't really. I didn't even know he was really playing. He didn't really get in the game, but yeah, of course, last night we seen what he can do. Pretty much, move the ball forward, done well, got an assist, and hopefully more of that. But like Neil said, we got like everyone, and it was such a good performance. We just got to back it up on the weekend. But yeah, big up to, of course.
If you look at players like Coots and Whelan and Leon Clark, they're good players and they've had good careers because they play well every week. They don't have a good game and then go missing for free. And exactly. That's what happens with players who they've got plenty of ability, but they end up playing in sort of League 2, League 1 because they can't back it up week in, week out. You know what I mean? Good players play well every week, and this is a problem we've had with Luke Thomas. A lot of fanfare, a lot of hype. He's come from good stock. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Yeah, done it. And the Elliot Anderson thing was just me thinking you could run the risk of having another one here. Like, he's got to go to stick. I don't care if he's 19. You've got to be accountable for your own game. If you're that good, you go and do it. And then you go to sides like Orient and you go to places like Stevenage and you keep backing it up. And that's when you become a good player.
Yeah, agree. Even into Tom as well. I hope you're well. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, keep smashing the like as well. Keep smashing the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. As always, the preview is always appreciate, of course, everyone's support. Kai said I can't see it going to the last game of the season against Scunthorpe. I think it could well and easily do that. I don't think it's going to be. Obviously, we know it's going to be tough. We've got the game. Still got 2 games in hand. One of them being, of course, the Orient game on Tuesday. Of course, we'll be back again on Sunday at 7 for another preview for that game. So make sure if you want to tune in for that, please do. And then, of course, we still got the Crawley game in hand as well. So we just need to keep plodding along. Just try and keep. I know it's hard, and you can say, of course, about pitches and all that, but even that, it's just doing the basics and playing the way we did. Keep it on the floor. We don't always have to go long. We've seen last night we pretty much kept it on the floor and we dominated. I don't think they expected it to. Obviously, they're a team that wants to play high, but of course we've got the ability and the players, like we've seen them, the whole midfield and the wingers, attackers, etc., to do it. So it could well and easily go if we do get in the playoffs. Fingers crossed. 17 to go, you never know, etc. But yeah, we'll see what happens. What we got, like Neil said, we got to do it again and again and again. if we want to get there. Imagine combining the best of Belshaw and Yokola's abilities. Yamsey, Yokosh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Cowboy Stewart as well. What a tank he was. Looked like the bigger version of Woody, but best steward in the league. Rough as toast gas. Yeah, exactly. Even into James as well. Stevenage is my first away day since Ipswich. Can't wait for a Tisdale masterclass. Up the might sneak playoff gas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's going to be. We're getting obviously Stevenage game in a minute, but yeah, Tisdale. If anyone doesn't know, probably everyone does know, but yeah, he is the manager there, of course, with about 4 or 5 ex-Rovers players, including Zane Westbrook, who I don't think is allowed to play. Let me know if I'm wrong. Stevenage ticket is too pricey. I have 22 spending plans. Yeah, I mean, all tickets are pretty much the same now, even if they're crap ground or not, like 22 quid. I literally, thank God to the famous Jake Barber, I got my Stevenage ticket off him last night, luckily, because I forgot to get it online. But yeah, luckily I got it. Ford on Blue saying hand on heart, playoffs or not. Just miss out, I think. Yeah, Neil, he's probably got the same thing. You think I'm always the optimist, and it's like you said, it's just all about consistency, and it's the teams. When we've beaten someone good, who were 5th in the league, it's all about then the teams, of course, we got coming up. The next 2, of course, being Stevenage and Orient. Lars saying, Matt fella, this is an appalling cop-out. Gas are going up. Yeah. Early prediction from Chris, 2-1 win. I'll take any win. Appreciate getting your prediction. Totally agree. Thomas has got to show consistency. He can do something. Barton has already had a pop at him and dropped him in the past. Yeah, exactly. If you're not consistent, you're going to be dropped. Yeah. Tisdale still trying to sign Jaden Stockley. Yeah, what a shambles that was. Screenshotted that QR code. The fan hub. Yeah, that's sound. Yeah, share it out if you haven't. Like I said, it's all right.
He's on about your match day ticket, I think, mate.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, do it. Why not? Do it. Screenshot it. It's not very good quality, my camera, but yeah, if you wanna, yeah, there you are. But yeah, Pete Weymouth deals with all the away ticket, and he's done a class job. Big up to Pete Weymouth. Westbrook won't. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, Westbrook won't play. Kean Harry's masterclass versus Orient. I hope he don't play. Yeah, he's a Blackburn fan. I believe our chances to get into the top 7. But yeah, of course, getting into Stevenage. Of course, getting up their last 6 games, actually. Of course, the one, Barrow being the last game they played on Saturday, drew 0-0, lost 1-0 to Bradford at home, drew 2-2 away to Crawley, lost 1-0 away to Tranmere, and beat Harrogate 3-0 at home. So they've had a mixed bag, really. But they've probably lost to the teams they were expected to lose to, being Bradford and Tranmere. But yeah, it's not going to. They might be 17th in the league, but I think it's still because we've lost our last 2 against them. Of course, I know we don't really want to, but to just get it back into our don't really want to get it back. But of course, the last game against Stevenage earlier on in the season with the famous Mark Hughes at the back, in losing 2-0, probably one of the worst performances I've seen. What did you remember of that game? We were just poor, weren't we? We were just terrible.
Yeah, it was just bad start to finish, was it? I don't think Stevenage were great, to be honest. I think we conceded from a set piece. We don't do that no more. Like I mean, I'm pretty comfortable now when the ball goes in the box. I'm never too concerned when the ball goes in. I think we're brilliant from set pieces now. We're near on perfect. When you've got Connolly, Taylor, and Belly. When Yokola was in there, he was a cannon for us, really. And when the ball went in the box, it was horrible. But yeah, pretty comfy with it now. And yeah, I'm not going to say we're amazing now because we're still pretty indifferent. We've still got an Oldham performance in us, unfortunately. Yeah. But we're miles better than what we were. We're miles better than what we were. What was that? I think that was like the 2nd, 3rd game of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah. Is that? Yeah, it was a long time ago, and yeah, like you said, we were miles better. A lot of the dead wood we've sort of got rid of.
We're fitter for one thing. We were dead on our feet on an hour.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, quickly looking at the league table, if anyone don't know, they are 17th in the league. They're currently 8 points behind us, and they've played 3 more games than us. They've won 7, drew 12, lost 13, and are on 33 points. But like I said, they haven't really been battered, and they've usually, the games they have lost in their last 5 has only been by the odd goal. So even though, we're getting to, but even though I want to, it's still going to be tight. I think it's just one of those grounds, and it's, they make it hard. They made a few decent signings as well in January. Of course, the mighty Ed Upson is back under Tisdale's wings. You've got Michael Boswick, who's a very good signing for this level, sort of a player that's done very well in his career, like Burton, and likes to make the game hard, and they got the likes of Elliot List, who's done well against us in the past as well. I think he scored against us at the Mem, of course, along with Chris Lines, who was at the game at the Mem last night, funnily enough, as well, sat pretty much where we were, Neil, against Oxford in the Uplands. So yeah, they've got a lot of experience. The 2 centre backs, Cuthbert and Prosser. Although I think Prosser is suspended, I think he picked up a red card. But yeah, and of course the likes of James Daly, they've got quite a few ex-Rovers, so it's going to be interesting. What's your thoughts going on? I don't know how much you've seen of them, but what sort of game are you expecting from a Tisdale Stevenage?
I think they're going to try and stay in it as long as they can, to be honest, because if I'm honest, we should run all over Stevenage. They're ancient. You look at some of them players, Lines 36. Boswick's got to be 33. I don't know how Upson's only 32. He's been around for years.
I know.
I mean, I think their fullback Coker's 32. He's had 2 new knees in his career. He's had injury problems. I mean, if Nicholson or Anderson, I mean, it'll probably be Nicholson if he goes on the right at his left back. Yeah, I mean, it should absolutely carve him up. Like, there's not a player left in Coker. He's absolutely dead on his feet. And then you've got Cuthbert, 34. We should run all over Stevenage. If we do what we did last night with ball retention and moving it quick, even if the goals don't come early, we can get to sort of 60, 70 minutes and then make changes to bring on these people. Like, you've got Thomas, Saunders, I don't know, like Spence, and even Nolan might get some minutes. You just don't know. But later on into the game, we should run over this side, because they'll be dead on their feet. They shouldn't be able to do like getting into the tail end of the season with a squad or a starting 11 of that age. You're going to tail off.
I'll tell you what, they do have, I don't know if many people realise, the Christy Pym, who was the Peterborough keeper last season, got in team of the season somehow, or he had a big fallout with Ferguson, and he's on loan at Stevenage somehow, so they've got a quality keeper. But yeah, like you said, they're very experienced. Of course, they've got players that can hurt you, like, and hopefully the old thing of ex-Rovers players scoring against us hopefully doesn't come to this game, because, of course, Lyons scored against us in the other game. But I think Elliot List is a pacey winger, and Norris, I think, are the main ones. But but we will do prediction. We'll do our lineup predictions in a sec. Even into Gas and Steve as well. Saying evening, gents, it's day and night. It's where we were at the start of the season. Everyone thought Joey was mad. He's starting to improve. People wrong. Long may it continue. Absolutely. Tisdale will play part of the bus and pump it to the strikers for the best. Even into Tom as well, just feels proper good to be a gashead. Yeah, hopefully it continues, and get a few. Of course, hopefully get back-to-back wins this weekend. Even into Carbon Codex as well, losing to Stevenage and Tisdale should be illegal. Well, we lost to Oldham. I think that's pretty illegal. But hopefully it doesn't happen again. Like you said, if we go about it the right way and play like we did, of course I think they're a team that they'll definitely try and make it scrappy, because we don't really do well in scrappy games, but we just need to play our game. Like Neil said, we should run rings around them. A lot of our players are young. We got a couple of oldies. Yeah, exactly. Tisdale had Christy. Yeah, when Christy Pym come for the academy at Exeter. So yeah, that's how we probably got him as well. I think if we were in the playoff final, I'd play Belcher in goal. But yeah, that's what Neil said. Neil said as well. But yeah, getting into our lineup predictions. Of course, keep smashing the like button if you're enjoying, and leave your lineups now in the comments below. Would you make it unchanged? Would you make a few changes? Let us know in the comments down below of yours. But Tom's saying James Daly's. I was going to say something then, but I didn't. But go and look at his stats, and you'll see why I'm not saying it. We should be battering Stevenage in terms of performance, hopefully. I agree with Neil saying Kai, but Neil is right. We should be too strong for Stevenage. Ed Upson was good at Rovers, but in his last season, his time was up. But yeah, Neil, and like I said, everyone, leave your starting 11s in the comments. But what would you go with? Would you make any changes, or would you play the same team?
I've never been one for this. If you win, you stay in. You know what I mean? You play the same team twice, because every different team's a different project. You know, you put your personnel out to suit what you're playing up against. But for me, that what we saw last night, that should beat Stevenage. And I think if they've come off that pitch and they've had the data taken out of all the catapult machines they wear in their little soppy little vests, and they're fit to play and they're not carrying anything, no knocks, I'd start that all over again. And I'd go and say that blueprint for what you did on Tuesday night fits the bill to play against Stevenage, and just go and do it again. Because I just think our ball retention with a purpose against an aging Stevenage side, they'll be dead on an hour, 70 minutes. And then if the goals haven't come on, someone isn't quite, up to scratch, we've got a bench that we can make good positive changes with. And like I said, we should run over Stevenage for the last sort of quarter of the game. For me, I'd be more than happy to see what I saw on Tuesday all over again.
Yeah, exactly. As well, like you said, we've got players on the bench. Even Saunders. I would have liked to have seen him come on last night, but even him, he could run. Stick him on like last 15, 20 or whatever. And even Clark, he's always. I thought he done all right when he come on. Wins a lot of headers and stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, yeah, I'd probably leave Josh Grant until Tuesday.
There's no need to risk anyone now, is there? There's no need to risk anyone now. If anyone's getting close, we're not in a position now where you have to go. You got to go and do us a favour. You got to go and play. You listened to Matt Gray last night. He was calling on his players to do him favours, bring them back miles too early because they were struggling. Yeah. We ain't in that position now. We've got a really versatile squad where we can make attacking changes. Our back line's pretty settled. If we can keep them fit and we can keep that sort of pool of players fit, going into Saturday, Tuesdays in the coming weeks, we've got enough to sort of interchange, make good subs at good times. Because I think I'm of the thought process now that if we go 1-0 up, we shouldn't be getting beat. We manage games too well. When we go 1-0 up, if we can get our noses in front in games, I just don't see us losing because we manage games too well.
Yeah, I agree. His time was up. I wouldn't change it. I'm a believer if it works, why change it? Yeah, agree. Matt's is, I think, made a few changes. Belshaw, Hall, Taylor, Connolly, Anderton, Finley, Coots, Nicholson, Thomas, Anderson. What Anderson is that? Is that Harry or Elliot? And then Collins. Yeah, I think he's took out Harry and put in Thomas instead. Coots is a big Upson don't even get in the same sentence as Coots, really. I think it depends on who's fit and available. Leave it unchanged. Yeah, agree. Carbon Codec saying can't bear the thought of being losing to Tisball. Yeah, I agree. What would our 2021 transfer target activity be like if Barton was in charge? Well, who knows? That was back then, just it was a shambles. But yeah, pretty much everyone in the comments is saying leave it unchanged, and me and Neil agree as well. Of course, it's sort of a different thing again when you of course come up against Orient on Tuesday when they play free at the back with sort of wing backs and stuff. But of course, like I said, we will be diving into that one on Sunday evening at 7. So make sure you don't miss that one out. But yeah, getting into predictions now. We're gonna get into it. Of course, get all your predictions down in the comments. If you did leave your predictions a minute ago, then please do put them in again so we can get them all in a row. But yeah, What are you saying, Neil? Score prediction wise this weekend?
I'd go 2-0 again. I mean, I'm more than confident that, or I say dead confident, but like I'm pretty sure that we keep clean sheets. Do you know what I mean? We do. Like when I talk about Connolly, Taylor, Belshaw, Finley, Coots, that is solid. Do you know what I mean? With and without the ball. Like when we haven't got the ball, our distances are good. We get in good positions. Connor Taylor always wins first contact. We tend to win the second balls in there, and then we play from there. I just think we're really good defensively when we have that. And if we can get our noses in front and we've got that attacking play, that we see more of what we saw Tuesday, as far as that impetus of getting it and having purpose with our ball retention, rather than just playing needlessly and like not going anywhere. Because we went like before Tuesday, we weren't creating anything. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, last night we found a way of having inverted wingers and a good 10 to open things up. And if we can just carry that in, I can see 2-0 again.
2-0. Yeah, that's fair. What about goal scorers? Might as well do that again. What do you reckon? Collins to get another one?
Well, you back him, wouldn't you? On the form he's in. Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it hit another one like Oxford and it flew in, because he's just flying at the minute, isn't he? So it wouldn't surprise me. I'd like to see us get one from a set piece again, because as good as we are at defending them, I'd like to see us get back on the road of scoring from set pieces again, to be honest. So like if we can get one in from a dead ball from a corner, or win a first header from a free kick going into the box, it's going to be Connor Taylor, because that's who wins headers. That's just who it is, sort of thing. So, but to be honest, I like Collins to just keep scoring, and wherever the other one comes from, I'm not too fussed. Finley again, he's got a decent strike in him. It wouldn't do him too much harm to get on a goal scoring sheet again and see if he can keep a little run going.
Yeah, great. So Neil's saying 2-0. Tom is saying 3-0 Rovers. Big up to ETH tuning in. Stevenage will try and keep it a 0-0 to the 75th minute, then throw everyone forward. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think another game. This is another game where, and hopefully an early goal. I think, because like you said, it'll be scrappy. And they'll try and sit in and suck it up. But hopefully a good start will do us a world of good and get an early goal. Tisdale, Peaky Blinders. I think he's already in it. Have you not seen the episode with Tisdale in it? If it was League One, then definitely 3-0. But Tisdale is League Two gravy. BRC Tom saying 3-1 or 3-0 Gas. The Rooster will score. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Saunders get another goal as well. Kai saying 2-0 Rovers, so the same as you, Neil, with another clean sheet. Gordo saying 4-1 Gas. We due to give a team spanking. Think the lads will be up for it, given the Tisdale connection. Yeah, hopefully. We haven't kept an away clean sheet since Harrogate back in October. Wow, that's an interesting stat. Long time ago. It'd be nice to get another one though. I think it's all about starting the game well, because obviously our last game, we were shocking, and we started the game absolutely terribly by conceding in the first 40 seconds. But that's what it's all about. It's all about a good start.
Just can't go there and think you've cracked it, like what we did at Oldham. They went there and they thought they cracked it, and they got punished. You just got to go there and be on your job and be professional. Like last night was a really professional performance for all game from start to finish. Just can't go to places like Stevenage or Orient and think you've cracked it and let yourself down again.
Yeah, definitely not. You just got you got to take the game, next game, and just go out there and don't think of just go out there, play your best, and the score will sort itself out really. I'm quickly going to give my prediction, and then I'll get into the rest of them. I'm gonna say 3-1. I think we'll concede, but I think Nicholson, Collins, and Saunders off the bench will score. So I'm going 3-1. Riley, 3-0 Gas, Collins 2, Nicholson 1. Matt saying 2-0 Rovers. I'm conflicted with the 3-0 though. Mitch saying 3-1 Gas, up the Gas. Gordo, Collins 2, Finley, and Nicholson. So yeah, 4 in his 4-1 prediction. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to see Finley get another goal. Sam, Finley, long range goal, and Nicholson. Josh saying 3-0 Gas, Collins, Elliot. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Elliot Anderson get a goal as well. Especially after his assist and good performance the other night. Yeah, Collins, Anderson, and Paul Coots tapping, running in the box at the last minute. Coots using his pace and that. This game is the Cap derby. But Tisdale wears a proper naughty cap, doesn't he? Barton just wears an actual cap, but Barton wears one of those proper Peaky Blinders cap. So it's a different sort of cap derby. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Mick saying Collins 2 and Nicholson lines for them. Yeah, lines again. I don't know who has scored. Probably Elliot List. He always scores against us. After our defending recently, I don't think we'll concede Saturday. Fingers crossed we don't. But yeah, if you haven't already, do get your predictions in. Of course, Neil's gone for another 2-0. I've gone for 3-1. Of course, hit the like button if you haven't already. Do subscribe as well. Yeah, maybe, you never know. We might even see John Nolan get a hattie. Who knows? Maybe in your career mode, Tom. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, for me, like I've already said, I think it'll be that back. I don't think we might see him a little bit, but I don't think he'll play much. I've been here for 2 weeks. That Tisdale thing. Was it Wimbledon away when he said that?
I don't know. I think he said it for about 4 weeks on the spin, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. No, in Tisdale. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you haven't already, do get your predictions in. Gonna end it in a sec. But yeah, I think, like we said, we're feeling pretty confident, but it's just one of those games, like we said, you just need to go and do your job and start well again. Match, like Barton said after the game, is the best performance he's seen, and we just need to go and do it again. Wimbledon away, wasn't it? When Nicholson had that messy type goal and run. But yeah, like we said, hopefully we can get the job done, as well. Enjoy the sights of Stevenage. Yeah, there's that. I've been there once and we drew 0-0 in the Darrell Clark promotion season on a Tuesday night when it was about 40 degrees and the pitch was like concrete and it was just dust everywhere. Camps announced at 9, I'm hearing. Hopefully, who knows? But yeah, of course, I'm going as well. I know Benji's going. I know it's just so frustrating, isn't it? I know I said this to you like the other day, but why so annoying how it's just all ticket and is because I think if it was Pell in the day, we would sell out. But we're still taking a lot. I think between 600-700, which is good. And it's annoying because I think if it was still selling tickets up and say until Friday, I think a lot more people would have gone as well because of the win last night. But yeah, again, shout out to DC. Hopefully the family member who's unwell, recovers. And all the best to DC. But yeah, we're going to end it now. Like I said, appreciate every one of you tuning in as always. Fingers crossed, get the 3 points. Of course, do like if you haven't already. Thumbs up. Do really help out the channel. So do smash the like button as always. But yeah, we'll be back, like I said, on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. So hopefully you guys are back for then for the Leyton Orient preview and hopefully talking about a win. But yeah, for now, up the gas and fingers crossed we get the 3 points.